vulnerability, isolation, seclusion. These are all three things that come with having a privacy fencing around your property. Can you handle that? Can you deal with that? If you can, by all means proceed with overgrown shrubs. But if you can't, and you want to do something about it, I have another alternative method that will help you with this process before it even gets like this. Stay tuned. Oh, one other thing. Make sure when you're cutting them down to make sure you go in to see where the thinness is on the inside. So if you're pruning and you want to cut them a certain height, go in there to make sure that, see how it's open right there. So we know not to go this low right here because you'll have nothing but openness here because it's thin right here. So we may want to cut them maybe like right here just to keep the fullness at the top. Okay, so don't, when you search it through, make sure to see where it gets thin at, because you don't want those sticks to be showing at the top. Okay. Hello. This is Raglan Jr. coming from Next Generation Landscaping. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get started, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. All feedback is good feedback in my opinion. Help out the channel a little bit. Be very much appreciated. Oh, don't forget to hit that notification bell as well so you can get all the updates of what Next Generation Landscaping is putting out. Okay? So let's just jump on into it. Some people get privacy fences and not knowing that they're getting privacy fences. They will plant stuff and let it go because they can't maintain it and it gets a certain height. And pretty much, this is what happened here. These are euonymbus, and euonymbus are fast growers that rain hits. They're sprouting, So there are three things that I go by to help you with a better landscape, okay? One, if you're doing a landscape, you have to think about, is this something I can maintain myself? Okay, I know these are fast. I did my research. These are fast growers. This is what this does. This is what this does. Okay, I'm gonna plant all of this stuff. Can I do it myself? Okay, if the answer is no, skip over that. Let's go to number two. Number two is, can I afford to hire someone to maintain this? Okay, if I can't maintain it, something happens, and knock on wood, nothing happen. But if something happens and I can't maintain it, can I afford to hire someone to maintain this for me? Whether it being a small company, a big company, hell, maybe somebody in your family, you know what I mean, to come in, prune these up to have it looking good for you. Okay. Third thing is, if first two doesn't work, get low maintenance dwarf shrubs. Shrubs that only get a certain height, slow growers like boxwoods, azaleas, stuff like that are slow growers that will give you a nice compact look, and you don't have to do too much to it. But one thing about dwarf and compact is that they cost way more than other shrubs, because you got it, you don't have to do anything to them. Okay, so before you start your landscape, do those three things right there. Just think about those three things right there. And if those three things don't work out for you, then maybe you just need grass. Let's keep it real. Let's be honest. If those don't work for you, maybe you just need grass, or maybe you just need dirt in front of your house. Okay? But before it gets like this. But if it gets like this and you're not able to maintain it, you're being accessible, you're being vulnerable for people to jump out on you. You're being vulnerable to people, you know, animals being able to nest in your bushes. You've been, you know, vulnerable to, if you're coming out your driveway, somebody can be on the, you know, street part and pop out on you and, you know, just, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? But that's why I'm not a big fan of, you know, privacy, you know, fencing for shrubs and stuff like that, is because, you know, it's a vulnerability aspect and things of that nature. And, you know, do you want to hide? I mean, hey, that is what it is. And I understand people like their privacy, you know, but you're just opening yourself up for it, okay? And, you know, the seclusion aspect of it and things of that nature, okay? But there's no reason to hide. There's no reason to isolate yourself or anything like that. But if this is your thing, then, you know, by all means proceed with it, and, you know, have a ball with it. You know, invite people over at your leisure. Let them know what you're doing at your leisure. Hey, trust me, I totally get it. You know, so that's just, you know, my 3 tips of what can happen, okay? I got, you know, something to say right quick, but I'll be right back to you in a second. Well, got caught in the rain. Got to come back tomorrow. You know, that's the name of the game. That's the nature of the game. We got to come back tomorrow to finish up. Let me show you what we've done so far. So we pruned all of this going up here. Up there, all the way up top up there, I got to rake those clippings off up there. But all of this is done right here. You know, right through the finish. But, you know, trying to do stuff in the rain, make it more messier than what it is. As you can see, it's just mud and stuff all down here. So yeah, so we did all of that. Pruning this one up. Prune those up right there. Got to come back and prune that right there, that euonymus right there. And prune the burning bush. You want that cut half down. And you know, when we come back tomorrow, if it's not raining too bad tomorrow, we'll cut that half down and then prune the sides up for us, so the birds and stuff won't be getting. Then up under there, we'll clean up, you know, clean the weed whack the weeds and stuff from up under there tomorrow. Okay, all right. So this is Raglan coming from Next Generation Landscaping. Keep persevering by any means necessary. And until tomorrow, see you. Good morning. We're back at it this morning. That rain had caught us, so we're back this morning to get everything taken care of. As I said before, we're gonna cut that down halfway for, you know, trim the bottoms up and get everything taken care of for right here. But we got some new modifications coming. Like I said before, when you're surveying your bushes, you got to, let me show you, you got to survey it to the point where you don't have, get down to the sticks. See what I'm talking about? Get down to the sticks. But they said that they want it cut down close, even with the mailbox, which is going to have them have a whole lot of sticks in the process. So if they cut it down halfway here, there's going to be a whole slew of sticks showing at the top of this. But if that's what they want, then hey, that's what we'll provide. They asked my opinion. I was like, you know, well, if you can't see getting on your driveway, you have no choice, you know. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take care of it for them and make sure all of these cicadas and stuff is out the bush, because this stuff is getting terrible. Look at this, just cicadas everywhere. Look at them. all up in the bush. I hit this with the pruning shears, and they just came everywhere, just jumped all on me. Look at that. This is a hot mess here. Look at that. Daggone cicadas, man. They need to go on about their business. For real. Okay. So they asked me if this is what I like. It's not my preference, it's your preference. Me personally, if you can't see getting out the driveway, you gotta do what you gotta do. But you're taking a chance on killing it out, and you're gonna have eyesores, you know, in your bushes. So we'll take care of it, and we'll see how it goes from there. All right. So I'm gonna keep you abreast of what's going on. We're about to get some good action footage. I'll check you out in a second. Hello, I'm back. Just for clarification, this video was shot back in the springtime. Yeah, I did this video back in the springtime, and this was back when those cicadas were out real heavy. Man, I'm glad they gone. Because it was a hot mess trying to prune for customers, and them cicadas was just popping out, and had a brother out there looking like a crackhead, just swatting and everything else in between. But let's get back to the video. Cutting these down, they wanted it cut half down. So as you see, you know, me using the Echo extended, you know, 20-inch extendos, and I used the HC 2020s as well, the handhelds, to, you know, get the pruning done. Some people like to, you know, when they getting down into it, they like to hand pruning. They like to get their snips or their loppers and go ahead and cut it. The stems weren't that big, you know what I mean? So, you know, they were maybe like this, but when they get like, you know, maybe like that big around or something like that, you know, then I'll go ahead and grab my snips or my pruning shears. Okay. But, you know, like I said before, you must survey, because, you know, if this is what the customer wants, then hey, you got to give the customer what, you know, what they want, you know. But, you know, let them know beforehand, before they decide to do it, that they will have sticks showing, that, you know, it could be a chance that they may not grow back. You know, you just, you know, informing them on what's going on and things. But if you're a homeowner, you know, you can just take this and be like, hey, you know, I know now that, you know, for me to survey before I do it. Okay. But I got something to say. I'll be right back. All right, so this is what I mean by surveying. When you go inside of the bush, just see where you want to cut it. So if you cut it here, you won't be seeing a lot of sticks if you cut it like right here. But as you see, they wanted it flush with the mailbox. You know what I mean? They wanted it flush with the mailbox. And by it being flush with the mailbox, you got a whole lot of sticks showing at the top. All right, it's still green on the sides, but if you look back, still got a whole lot of sticks at the top. Got to rake those clippings off, but this is what you'll see when you're cutting your bushes down halfway. All right, back to it. Okay, so you got a better gist of what I mean by notifying, because, you know, sometimes, you know, if you can be doing your property, or, you know, if you could be doing a customer's property, they'll look at it and, you know, they'll come home, if you don't inform them, be like, okay, what in the world happened to my bushes? what really has happened? You know what I mean? So it's just best to know, you know, what you're getting yourself into before, you know, you even get into it. Okay, so in actuality, you know, now that I look at it, you know, and now that I thought about it, hey, this is a good thing, you know. But like I said before, follow the 3 steps, you'll be fine. Okay, can I maintain this stuff myself? If something happens to me, can I hire someone to maintain what I want? And number 3, if 1 and 2 don't work for me, hey, let me get some low maintenance dwarf shrubs. I may have to pay a little extra, but hey, this is what it is, and this and that or whatever. If you don't want to pay the money for the 3rd option, hey, there's always just to go with grass or just have dirt. Okay, and I know nobody just want dirt. Okay, so, and remember, when you have privacy fences, you're opening yourself up to be vulnerable to people to jump out on you, for animals to be nesting, and it could, have people can use it as a dump spot, just throwing a little trash over and stuff like that to just because it's there. Okay, all right, so this is Raglan coming from Next Generation Landscaping. I hope this was useful for you. Keep persevering by any means necessary. Until the next time, see you.